People St. Barnabas, we just finished filming one of the masses for this week. I just wanted to update you on the reopening of the church. It's really the reopening of the church building, because I think the church has been going on pretty well since March. The Archdiocese, one of the things that they're very concerned about is the safety, the health and safety of all the people that come into church, since this coronavirus and that is also our number one concern. A couple dates in mind. So starting June 1st, which we are in the middle of it, the church has been open for weddings, baptisms, funerals, and thankfully we've had none of that. Next weekend, Monday, we will start with private prayer. The church will be open for a couple hours a day, and to welcome you back into our church, there's a number of things that will have to take place. And so the reopening committee, which is a very structured list of things for us to do, will explain the steps that are taken. But I just wanted to welcome you back to your church, our church. So in a few minutes, a number of people will explain the next steps. So be patient, and soon we'll be back for Sunday Mass.
Hi everyone, Deacon Andy here. We're so glad to welcome you back to church at St. Barnabas, but when you come back, you're going to see things that look a little differently. For example, there will be signage in the vestibule and in the church designating where you can sit. There will be lines and arrows on the carpeting. There will be ribbons to block off certain pews that we're not allowed to use. There will be labels on the pews that designate where you can sit and still maintain social distance. You'll see hand sanitizer in the vestibule and up the center aisle. So whether you're there for private prayer or for a baptism, a wedding, a funeral, and eventually when you're there for Mass, things will look a little bit different. You might not get to sit in your favorite pew, but there will be greeters there to welcome you and show you where you need to go in order to make sure that everyone is safe and everyone stays healthy. There will be people cleaning and disinfecting after each one of the events. And probably the most startling thing is you'll see everyone wearing a mask.
Hi, I'm Brendan Conroy, and I am chairing the setup committee as we return to St. Barnabas. We are tasked with getting the building physically ready for everybody to come back in a safe and healthy way. So one of the things we have to do is look at where people can come into the building and how they can move through the building. So we have to make sure that there are signs up that tell people where and where they cannot come into the building. And there's one place where they can't come, but we direct them to where they can. And this is going to be the door that everybody will come through off of 101st Place. In addition to making sure that the signs for the entry and exits are in the right places on the church doors, inside the church, we'll have to make sure that the arrows for traffic flow are down and visible for everybody who comes. And you can see some of those arrows here as people come in the building.
We're only going to use these double doors to enter the sanctuary. There are traffic flow arrows on the floor. Everyone will go up the center aisle and then to the left-hand side for our private prayer and for our sacramental events. Each one of the sections will be marked off, so follow me. There's an X on the floor here. We don't want people to walk behind the pews. We want everyone to walk up to the front of the church.
One of the first ways that we're going to be able to enjoy being back at St. Barnabas is by engaging in individual prayer on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And in order to maximize our opportunity to have as many people here without having too close a contact and maintaining safe and healthy distance, we've designated areas for prayer on Monday, prayer on Wednesday, and prayer on Friday. Many people have their favorite pews and areas to sit when they are at church. Unfortunately, the pandemic is forcing us to go without some things that we usually like to do. So we ask that Parishioners only sit in designated spots marked by this decal with the St. Barnabas logo on it, and that they avoid sitting in those pews that are marked off. So our job will be to be sure that those decals are in good shape and that pews that should be marked off are marked off, so that there's a minimum of 6 feet between any two people who are seated at church. The arrows on the floor for exiting the church are also very clear, because this helps us to maintain that safe and healthy distance. Exits in the far corners of the church are usable for anyone who is in those far sections, and other exits will be clearly marked. It will be our job to be sure that those arrows and then the exit signs are clear, so everyone knows where they can go safely. There are some spots in church that are particularly prayerful for people. The Marian Shrine, the chapel, the icons. It's wonderful that people may want to use those, but there are going to have to be some areas that will be blocked off. Seating by the icons will not be available, and the chapel will need to be closed, and there will not be a kneeler at the Marian Shrine.
Welcome. My name is Matt O'Keefe. Let me walk you through a couple of the procedures that we need to run through whenever we disinfect the church. So first of all, safety first. We always need to have eye protection. I'm wearing my prescription glasses. We always need to wear a mask. So probably while I put on my mask. And for cleaning, we're going to wear gloves as well. The cleaning solutions we will use are an alcohol-based solution and a harsher solution. In this case right now we're using Clorox, but we'll probably find another solution like Lysol-based solution that's not as harsh. When we clean, we'll spray the surface. For the Clorox-based solution, we'll wipe the surface with a cloth, wait 10 seconds, and then wipe the surface with a water-damp rag. For the alcohol-based cleaning, this is an example of the alcohol-based solution, we just let it evaporate. So come with me now to the sacristy and I'll show you how we're going to wipe down a hard surface. So here's an example of cleaning a typical hard surface. So I'm using my bleach-based solution, and I'll give a nice mist to the surface, wait 10 seconds, we'll wipe it with mist it and wipe it with the blue disposable towel. Give it a good wipe, make sure you cover the entire surface. And we have to wait 10 seconds for this to take its action. And after 10 seconds, we spray it with our water bottle to remove any bleach residue. And after we've done our wiping down of the surfaces and used our towels as much as possible, we dispose these towels in the garbage.
So make sure you bring your mask, and we really look forward to seeing you at St. Barnabas. Private prayer starts on Monday, June 8th, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and eventually we'll be open for Sunday Mass as well. God bless you, and we look forward to seeing you at church really soon.